going on, guys? Check 1, 2. Hey, what's up, man? Just FYI, I started live streaming everything I do, so nice. This is being live streamed. How you been, man? Can you see my screen? Or can you see my face?
Oh, hold on.
Oh,
you
yeah,
good?
There it is.
Sorry, I muted it. I was trying to screenshot this thing. Don't think I was screenshotting your beautiful face. I was just screenshotting this. I saw this awesome internship post.
Okay.
On LinkedIn. I just wanted to screenshot the format they put it up in. It was awesome. Sweet. So what's happening, man?
Dude, just been trying this I'm trying to do like a daily vlog live stream, dude. Testing that out.
I see, man. Yeah, you're crushing it. You're all over the place. I love it.
But besides that, man, just working on inside, building the business. How you been, man? How's the you got the beard growing, man?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I usually don't actually, honestly, like once a year around the holidays time, I kind of let it rock. But
okay, cool.
Yeah, we'll see. It was super long. I got it super long when I went on my first trip overseas to Thailand, and I have that picture somewhere. I got to pull up. It was like huge, but besides that, I usually keep it pretty fresh, you know.
Bro, something I thought I was rocking was like I kind of got a beard, but like you do the short on the side look, which I think looks great. But I've been trying to grow my man bun out, but it's like, dude, how big did you get it, dude?
Yeah, man, I got it. Hold on, let me see. I'll show you real quick before we start. Let's see if I got this somewhere. Yeah, the man bun I just can't do because I don't have, like my hair. It was I had it long once in my life. It was like freshman year of high school or 8th grade. It was just the worst look I've ever had in my life, so I never did it again.
Okay.
But the beard I grew somewhere.
Beard, my man. The beard.
Check it.
Yo.
Crazy, right?
Dude. Yo, you gotta grow that back out, bro.
It's a beard and a half.
That's big time right there, dude.
But anyways,
big time.
Yeah, man. So let's chat here. I mean, I definitely have some time. So we have. Are you good for 45 at least, something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, man. I don't even know if it's gonna take that long, but yeah, we'll kind of get into it, and then we can, I'm sure we'll be able to catch up on some other stuff along the way. But I just want to chat about this website. Obviously, hopefully in the near future, once we're able to get a little bit of revenue, pick some things up, I know he wants to be able to have you back on, but I just want to chat real quick with the website, just because obviously all that stuff is a little bit over my head, like the WordPress stuff, and we don't really need it to do anything crazy right now. But I told David, I was just like, we need to, like, right now we have the davidnurse.org, which is still like acting slow and needs some time to be spent on it. We have the DNAbasketball.com, which got this, and I know he wanted to bring up the perfect shots, and like it's just too much of everything right now. So until we organize it,
wild and crazy, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess what I was gonna cover was, you have the login credentials, right? Still?
Yep. Yeah, I have everything, so I can go on there. But I
was just gonna walk through. I made a Trello board so we could follow up, and this is being streamed too, so you could watch for like other stuff. But basically, like once you get into WordPress with the login credentials, you can hit this dashboard.
Okay.
And I think one of the easiest things to do is just to simply like use a plugin instead of changing. Right, like, do you have an idea of what you want it to say, or do you just want it to like redirect somewhere, or not even be up?
I mean, a little bit of both. I mean, I just want it to kind of like, I think what you were about to do is exactly what I need. Just like going through there, okay, go into dashboard. Like I can kind of go through there, but like at this point, there's so many things installed that like, where do I go?
Yeah, I actually didn't know you guys had comments here. I'm gonna look at that. Okay, so basically,
I know, I saw that too. That's another thing. It's like people are commenting. We're like, we should be following up with this. Yeah, some of them are like, it almost looked like spam, or like, these digital marketers hacking in there and saying, hey, come use my service.
All right, these are both definitely spam.
Yeah.
Spam. I hate spam. This one was something you could follow up with. This guy.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, basically, I guess because I stream this, that's kind of weird. It's like I try to be speaking to the group even in my consultation calls. But basically, you go to plugins, and then on the left side of dashboard, if I could zoom in here,
Nice.
you could see right here on the right, you guys have 20
Yep, yep.
plugged in. You put add new, and then like for the most part with WordPress, for anyone thinking about doing WordPress, you're speaking to the camera, of course. This is why I like using it, because anything you could think that you need, you just go into plugins and just like type it. So let's activate this. I don't know which ones I've used before, but they all pretty much do the same thing. So right here, under construction page. So probably, I'm pretty sure if we hit under construction and save, if I bring up DNA basketball, it's gonna say it's under construction now. Yeah. So
Cool.
Is that all you guys want?
I mean, yeah, essentially, yeah. Like, I think for a little bit that would be good. I also think like while we're working on like
let me see if there was
organizing that stuff, that we should have an actual. Now we should really pay attention to doing like the sign up list. So even though it's going to say the website is under construction, we should say, okay, you know, like there's a way where we could say the course is coming out in January, and we're going to give a little snippet of the course and say, here's like the actual email sign up list. Like I know last time you tried to do that, but
like, so there's probably a way like we could configure that in his MailChimp. Okay, cool. So it's on the whole site.
Does he have a MailChimp right now?
I thought he did. I could double.
Because I had actually told him the other day or yesterday, I told him because I just started my newsletter with MailChimp, and like that, it's just huge. Like he needs to have that. So.
No, he definitely does. We tried doing it before with the Athlete of the Future. So let me bring it up. Do you have the? It should be in the credential stuff. If not, I could add it there.
It might be. I'm sure it's in one of them. I don't know if I tried to consolidate all of them, but maybe I missed one. So yeah, so add that in there.
So I guess if we use the plugin, it probably has a way to like configure it. So let's take a look. Because I know another way to do this would be to.
Yeah, I can mess around with the design stuff. Oh wow, so that's awesome. Like that. So that was just a simple plugin, huh?
Yeah, dude, just like easy.
Man, because I've been contemplating. Like I told David, like for this course, I told him like I really like Thinkific, just because the ease of user interface. Yeah. Do you have you seen Thinkific? I know we talked about it a while ago briefly, but have you had a chance to look at it?
Yeah. So it's kind of similar to one I use is Teachable.
Oh, you do use Teachable, okay.
Yeah. So it looks like the ones that add forms don't let you do it.
Don't let you do what?
Add the like a MailChimp thing. All themes come with blah blah blah. To enable this feature, install the free. Oh, right here.
What about just the website under construction, but then putting a pop-up?
If things. Okay, so there was a thing here that said configure them content mail plugin, so it should be right here, and then his MailChimp. Do you want to just make a new list, or what do you guys want to do?
Oh wow, okay. Yeah, let's make a new list.
Let's just say, I can even under construction, and yeah, you could probably change this.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. And I can go through that later because oh wow, okay, so that's great. I didn't even know he had any lists at all.
I have no idea if this email's still working. Did he tell you how he lost his domain?
Wow. Let's do his other. I mean, I guess I can go in and change that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So let me just. There's probably a way to embed the site. Where is it? Opt-in box. It's all plugin. I've never even used this before. Allow MailChimp, no thanks. So add new. I mean, yeah, these look pretty standard. Let's choose
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter right now. We're just.
Integrations. Here we go. Here we go. What the? Wait, no engagement. Click here to do that now. We're going deep into this.
Yeah, and that's why, I mean, I just want to make it as simple as possible because I need to be able to go in there and do it after. And I guess the other question is like, so maybe it's better if we just do this for davidnurse.org. And I mean, I don't know why it's running slow, but maybe we just kind of, or the other question would be, did we get that domain? We got the domain from GoDaddy, right?
Yes.
If I remember correctly, we did. And I mean, what about, so why are they're all separate WordPresses?
They are, yep.
Okay. And is he paying each month for those?
Is he paying? No. I think he did like a domain. So he's paying, the way I set up is like he has his one WordPress hosting, which is SiteGround. So you could choose this later when you make a list. I'm just going to choose this one.
So is SiteGround a place where I could go in and look at his different websites?
Yeah. So I can bring that up right now. So
yeah, because that's probably more important because I think I need to get a grasp of like what he has.
Yeah, so this should be in there. His David Nurse Basketball. You might want to tell him he needs to update his payment information. So his accounts right now are David Nurse or davidnursebasketball.com/perfectshots and DNA Basketball, and he has this domain should be registered under GoDaddy, and then all the hosting for the WordPress sites are pointing here. So yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I think your site, the thing is set up. Let me bring it up. Or no, it's not yet. Okay.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, I can mess with that later. I just I want to do I want to do like so davidnurse.org is the reason why that's slow. I'm thinking now because it's only, if you go back to SiteGround, it's only under dnabasketball.com. That's the only WordPress. I mean, that's the only website, and the rest of those three up top where the arrow is right now, those are like sub sites, I guess. I don't know.
No. So the way like websites work is you have a domain, and then you have hosting. So let me see if there's like a free whiteboard app. Sure, whatever this is. Right, so if you have like the DNA website, it's basically like this right here.
Yep, of course.
And then, so it says like, okay, so what should I show the user? And then you have like a database. So this is what SiteGround is like, okay, so someone went to dnabasketball.com, so what should I show them? So that's what like this hosting is. So now you have like those three that we put out there. This one's like davidnurse.org. This was the perfect shots. And then this one is DNA. As far as like the slowness, I mean,
but they all have different URLs.
Yeah, they all have different URLs. Yeah. So yeah, it actually doesn't look like this. It looks like they're all whatever, right? They're all point to their own blocks. Just some impromptu freaking drawing over here. But anyway, okay, so I don't know why the slide's slow, because I honestly just copied it from DNA Basketball and then like deleted stuff. But you guys are still to...
Yeah, so maybe what I want to do is just like I'll do the DNA perfect shots. I mean, I'm going to find those videos. I'll put a construction on that site, DNAbasketball.com.
I'll put that I just did here.
Okay.
So here you go. There you go. So now it's probably up. All I did was use this one under construction page. There's an API that you get from MailChimp that I didn't want to post live because you should never post APIs. And then if we hit refresh, where's the pop-up? Oh, there it is. So yeah, this is what happens in DNA Basketball, and you could configure that for the rest of them.
Okay. So for davidnurse.org, so can you go in DNA or in WordPress? So I could see how to change the site, like change the theme, change everything. I just want like something simple, like a picture of him and like an email list.
Okay. I don't know why the pop-up didn't reappear. Yeah, so basically you go into WP admin. You would use like the credentials that are in your list. So you don't want to do a construction page for that one.
No, correct. For that one, I want to go like yeah, because when I was in there, there's like 20 pages, right? So like I don't know.
So the theme I have installed is this Divi theme.
Yeah.
Which I don't recommend you change. I honestly think it's the best theme out there.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just go on the page and hit Enable Visual Builder.
Okay.
And then I guess like from what you said, like the easiest thing to do would just hit this box right here. It says Insert New Module, and just add like text, the text module, and
okay,
just change it to like header 1, content, headline here, or like you would want to do your Divi theme or your MailChimp box would also go here. And
cool. Okay. Cool. I can mess around with that. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah. My next question is going to be.
I'll say this. You play around that.
So, for the course.
Yeah.
The reason why I think I'm going to do Thinkific is because just like it's way too crazy on WordPress. Like it's just takes hours of like learning and figuring it out.
For sure.
Where, would I be able to put a link to on like davidnurse.org? Would I be able to put a link on davidnurse.org to the Thinkific site?
Yeah, so there's like a lot of ways that you could integrate with, I guess, LMS, what Thinkific is, learn management system. Yeah. Most of them have like a custom domain, so that's what I would do. And you can probably just search it on Google. Yeah, so like when you guys start paying for it, you could just follow these stuff. It's pretty simple to do. I actually think I have a video I could attach to your Trello to show you how to do this.
Okay, that'd be great. And so for that though, like the domain name, wouldn't that change everything? Like it's got its own, like Thinkific has its own setup. So like wouldn't that change?
Okay, so like what I do is like I have academy.blendlogic.com, and this is built off Kartra, not WordPress. So I use Kartra to do like my members area and my course content. So that's what this custom domain is, like this right here.
But that setup, like that user interface, like what I'm looking at now, you built that on WordPress?
Right now, what you're looking at? No, I built this on Kartra.
Okay, so okay.
And then like the same thing with my careers page, right? So this is built off of This is built off of GoHire, and it's not WordPress at all. So I use this for this is what custom domains do, is they add it so that you can use
it just sends it to their site essentially.
Yeah, but I mean the only reason I say to do this is because it adds with congruence. So instead of going to like blendlogic.apphire.com or whatever, it just looks better to send to their domain, like the right domain, if that makes sense. I mean, not everyone's gonna notice that. Like, it's definitely like a little small tweak thing, but Yeah.
Well, it's essentially just saying type in davidnurse.org and it goes there instead of typing in thinkific dot blah 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 slash David Nurse.
Yeah, and then like you just put a link, right? So you would just add it to your menu as a custom link. And so like if you put like my course or something, like here this custom link thing goes to Athlete of the Future, but it would just be like whatever the domains end up being. I mean, if you want to, you just put Thinkific. I mean, some people don't notice it. I just, that's like a small thing I typically tell people to do. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'll put that in the cello thing too for like Thinkific.
So let me see here. Let's see. So dnabasketball.com still loads. davidnurse.org. Yeah, why the hell? I think we need to delete this completely, davidnurse.org. It's just, I'll just start over because it doesn't, it just, there's got to be a bug in there or something.
Yeah, I'm not sure. When I first thought it was like these images, because what she sent me or whoever designed these, like it
was like high
resolution. And then I optimized it, yeah, and then it wasn't like sent to me kind of right.
Gotcha. No, that's fine. But yeah, let's just delete that like completely, and then because we still have the URL. Obviously, we still have the domain name, so I can just put that to it.
I would just play around. Like I would just play around making a new page if you wanted to. I don't know if you want to delete it completely. I mean, if you wanted to, you could. What you could do is just point it to like another homepage, like make another homepage and change where it points to. So that would maybe you could test if it's just that homepage, which it might be.
And so David Nurse so DNA Basketball is that under construction thing not up yet?
It is. So I probably have to purge these.
Oh, no, never mind. It's just because I was signed in with it. So.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay.
And then don't forget he has like the perfect shots thing, so I moved it since he lost his domain to like this subdomain. So this has its own like WordPress as well. I need to get that's what I need to do. I need to get everything onto the same one. Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, honestly, that was something I was thinking about doing, but I guess if you're gonna take over, you might as well like put it. Like I was just saying, like look, like thinking back to old conversations, like just put everything under David Nurse.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
There's no reason to have like perfect shots still.
No, there's not. But I think just correct. That's the goal. But for him, it's I need to explain. Yeah. So everything's going to be under David Nurse brand.
Yeah.
But I want that perfect shot site, and I want that perfect shot site under davidnurse.org. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Like maybe as like even like a subdomain, and also not even as a new WordPress install, as like the same WordPress install, just different copy, right? Does that make sense of what it is right now? Like right now, it's a separate site with its own login credentials.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Yeah, it should be kind of like
right now there's 3. I want to have 1.
Mm-hmm. So it should be like this, and then this is the same site, or not, or yeah, I guess like so when you hit mindset, it's just a page.
Yes, correct. Yep. Exactly. So how do I do that?
Yeah, you gotta like just build the pages out. So
okay.
I mean,
I guess my question would be,
I have older stuff if I could show you guys of how to build like a Divi site. I was actually just making like some content for a friend. I could send you guys or put it on the cello board.
My question would be like those videos. Like I don't even need the whole like the perfect shot. Like I just need the video. I guess.
Okay, from this one. So yeah, so when you go every time like YouTube's embedded, it shows you the site. So all you'd have to do is, I guess, click this link, and here's the YouTube link, and then you would.
Gotcha. Okay, and not just the video, but like if you go back,
yeah,
scroll down, like, yeah, that stuff. But okay, if you click send in your shot, where does that go?
So this is what he set up on. Oh, so I guess the link's busted.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. I just don't want. That's why I need to shut everything down. But I was just thinking putting that as another course on Thinkific and just having people pay that way.
Yeah, or however he wants to do it. Like, I don't know if it would be a course or not. I think this, because sending your shot is like a service-based thing.
Yeah,
just like
no, for sure. So I was just thinking putting it on that, like if just so everything's in the same spot, so I could put it on Thinkific, but obviously it's not a course. Like the first page or the first chapter or first lesson will be like, okay,
yeah, I mean, just
here's this video.
Going into like simplicity, man. I mean, I always stress on this. It's like MVP. I would just use PayPal Me and add a button and just be like, yo, if you want this, like, just pay me.
Exactly, and that could be on Thinkific. Like the first thing could be that video, and then there's like, you know, that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
But yeah, just simple stuff, man. And honestly, it's like I could put some stuff on. I don't know if you guys still use this Trello stuff. Like I could look for. What was the thing I was gonna send you? I had like a previous video I had made.
Yeah,
how to do custom domains. Yeah, I'll be like, call Kevin. We need to add how to do for Alan to add.
Yeah.
How to do custom domains. How to do page. I don't know why I put a question mark there. So I'll find you those links. I think I made stuff on it before. And then, yeah, man, it's just like, yeah, just setting it up, I guess, because right now you guys are in like a pause phase. So
yeah, and then so all that stuff right there. Sorry to cut you off. All that stuff, like, what is that? Like that, like all those should be like, we don't even need any of those, right?
So this is in DNA basketball, but we don't use it anymore. So
right. Like, what are those? Like, what are those pages?
They were the attempts of building out like product information pages or squeeze pages, but we never built them. So
right,
like for this one, right, this was supposed to be a product information page where people become aware of what it is, and we were supposed to have like information. I don't know, it was like, have you seen any of my training I did on I Love Basketball? Basically it was like the same concept. I was like, look, we got to just do the same thing he's doing, because he's probably one of the, in my opinion, the top basketball who's executing on digital marketing. And like, if you just break down these things, it's like, okay, this is a squeeze product page. He has a VSL, video sales letter. He has like information about him, what you get in the program, what the phases are, some like videos, what you get. And I guess and back then I was trying to explain this concept, but I wasn't aware of this guy. But now I'm just like, dude, every basketball trainer should be looking at this guy and just remaking all of his stuff. So I don't know if you want to send this to David. Basically, that's what I was trying to do with before, with like all that stuff, was like, hey, we need to have these stuff up. But I think sometimes it's easier to see someone doing it than like explaining the concept from like a book or something like that. So I can put that link if you want in the Trello card. Have you heard of that guy?
Cool. No. I mean, that's the thing. Like that would be good. All that looks great, but we're just gonna do it for not basketball. Like, it's just like life stuff. But no, it looks good.
I mean, it's the same concept, right?
It is. Yeah.
I explain, like, I don't know, I've been building up this group where it's basically like, it doesn't matter what niche you are; they all use the same principles of marketing.
Same format, exactly.
Yeah, or same angles, but it's just like whatever they have high vertical in helps them go like push past the initial pain period of like, you know, not having people view or not having, you know, like, I mean, it's gonna happen with everyone, but you have to have that like passion to be like, okay, I'm gonna make content anyways, or I'm gonna keep doing it because this is what I love doing. So yeah,
for sure. Cool.
So yeah, I think the stuff in this thing should help you with the other sites. I'll just put in what the plugins were. Plugin under construction. Mail opt-in. Add on. And then MailChimp API keys go in. So yeah.
So what is this projects?
Yeah, dude, this this was way back when we were trying to like be organized with like what we want to do. So now it's like I just left it. I don't, your
Yeah.
team of this. I don't know if you use Kanban boards or
And
not.
what's Ninja Forms?
It's just a plugin you could use to take in submissions and stuff. So yeah, we
So
need.
should we delete that? Because like all this stuff on the left is what's getting me like. There's just so much shit that like none of it means anything.
Yeah, so for the most part, like all this is like standard WordPress stuff. So like posts are your blogs, pages. Um, I guess it's not in my best interest to like fully explain everything. It's like all standard WordPress
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
For the most part, it's like it's not. I guess it's not relevant to what you're trying to do. It's just each plugin has its own, like in WordPress they have its own like container box of what it does, right? So this does something with notifications, does something with migrations, this is
Gotcha.
your WooCommerce.
Yeah. So it's all stuff that I literally shouldn't even just like, I don't want to, that's all stuff like that you do like on the back end. Like I just want to like look at the site and be able to change it. So maybe just going to change it in the Divi thing, whatever it's called.
Yeah. So for the most part, it's like with WordPress, you would just want to be doing this. And again, it's like I stress to you, it's like because I can feel, I can see it, like it's kind of like overwhelming. But yeah, man, it's like I think once you just sit down and like go through it, like honestly, when I was first starting, like I promise, like anyone watching this on replay, like in my opinion, Divi is like the best theme out there, and like just the easiest to just hit enable visual builder, and like and I guess to have perspective, right? Like if you were coding, you would have to type HTML. Like, so all you do is just literally like hit something in and type it, and
yeah,
it's I think it's worth it to learn it, or to learn.
I could do that with the davidnurse.org one too.
Yeah, that one was set up with Divi as well, so you guys have that. So yeah.
And if I want to do so maybe let's walk through this real quick. Just the last thing. So the David Nurse. I need to go. Oh, now I need to sign out of this one because I want to go to davidnurse.org.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the new domain that when you were for the rebrand process.
Yeah,
is there any follow up on that davidnurse.com, or you guys not gonna pursue that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It's Gucci.
Let's see.
Yeah, man, I think with everything, it's like as long as people are aware of like the face association, like you could take this anywhere, right? It doesn't matter what the domain is. You could always point them to some other domain.
Yeah. What the hell? I'm trying to log into this. I can't even log into it. I need to go to davidnurse.org one because I want to change that. Where do I have to go? WordPress?
Yeah, so every WordPress site, it has a WP admin that you attach to the end. So it would be I'll send it to you in Zoom.
davidnurse.org/w. Oh, okay. All right. Hopefully this saved the password. Son of a bee. Of course it didn't.
What was I doing? Yeah, I was adding the. Where's the?
SNRQV.
Give me a second. I'm gonna step out real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
Did you get the login credentials working?
Yo,
were you able to get the login credentials working?
Yes.
Do I need to find them? Okay, cool.
Nope, I got it. So, oh wait, why did it go here? I don't want to visit site. So I just clicked the Divi thing.
Yeah. So the pages, you could edit that.
All right, hold on.
And then you should have for what I do for my proposal. So I'm gonna attach some Divi training I did. Key success.
Okay, here we go. So I'm in the WordPress for davidnurse.org. I want to completely get rid of this and make a completely new one because whatever bugs in there is just drives me crazy. So
yeah, so
how do
honestly,
I?
It's probably not the WordPress site that's bugged. It's probably the page that is bugged. So I would just do page on the left side and create a new page.
All right, so I'm here in pages. Okay, so right now there's all these crazy pages. So we have 12 steps, thank you, about AOTF.
Yeah, so that was just literally stuff I duplicated from DNA basketball. And then I just
made
a new page. So I would just create a new page and then call it like homepage. And then
add new.
Yeah.
Homepage. Holy hell.
So yeah, I'm attaching links for you, bro, so you could see like one of the last Divi trainings I did for one of my buddies' groups.
Okay, cool. So when I do add new page and I call it homepage, do I have to click use the Divi builder or should I click save?
Yeah, add new homepage and then yeah, so you should use Divi builder and then it will show you like a drag and drop type interface instead of like
got it.
text.
Yep. Okay.
And then then you just I guess you would have to get ramped up on it, but I think this one has the domains I put in. Let me check. Doesn't. Maybe this has stuff on domains. I'm not sure. I think I briefly talked about it.
Okay, so how do I save this?
So yeah, once depending on what you're seeing on the screen.
You want me to just do a screen share here?
No, I'll just bring it up, bro. So like if you're on this thing and you made a page, you need to hit publish or save draft. And so that would save it on the right side.
Okay, so let's say publish. Okay, so now I need to go to pages. And I want to delete literally everything except for this.
I mean, honestly, you don't have to delete it because it doesn't affect the site that loads, right? So only when you bring up a certain URL, it says what is the URL I should load. But yeah, if you want to, you could like.
Yeah, I just feel like there's no point in keeping it in there. It's just going to be stuff that wastes efficiency and time, and there's no reason for it to be in there.
Okay. Yeah.
So like for example, like what is like 12 steps, right? Is that just like a placeholder? Because like I click it and there's.
So you could bring it up, right, and it would show you. So basically, David was running like here's a program, right? To get 12 he made a 12 steps program with perfect shots, and so he did this whole thing like email opt-in, VSL, so that's
wait, is this on? Oh wow, that's on. So how
So this
but
is
that's
on the
not
site
on.
because I duplicated the DNA basketball site.
Yeah, but that's not on the website. Like that somebody would have to type in that actual URL to get there.
So yeah,
correct?
so technically it's a squeeze page because there's no like menu, right? The only thing they should do is hit get it now if they wanted 12 steps to become a perfect shooter.
Correct. But even to even get there, we would have to be like, hey, go into davidnurse.org/12 shots.
There's no way to actually see it. Yeah, that's correct. So I guess
gotcha.
And so like the whole point that why you do that is because when you run Facebook ads, you don't want people to get there from your website because then you don't know how they got there, right? But if you ran an ad and the only way to get there is that URL, then you could isolate and say, okay, they got there because of that ad, right? But if you put that on your menu, then you wouldn't really know, like, okay, who like how well is my ad running, because it could have came from my organic traffic or something like that.
So, but what if I had a link on davidnurse.org to that 12 steps? Which essentially
that's the whole concept I just explained, right? So if you have a link that links to that, then how do you know? Then you would have to say that URL, like I would not want to run an ad to that 12 steps, right? Because the fact that there's also a way to get there from my website, I cannot isolate the performance of my ad to say this website only got traffic from my ad. Because it could have got traffic from my website, right? It's about isolating variables. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense. But like, I feel like, I mean, there's no way. Like, I feel like all Facebook ads go to someone's website. Like a linked, not the good ones. So you're saying
the good ones? I break this down and like all the stuff I've been making material on. The bad ones will go to a homepage. The good ones will go to a squeeze page.
Okay. So and for that, like, and this is just learning, like why? I mean, I understand the tracking process. You know, like I understand it makes a lot of sense. Like obviously you can track like what came directly from the ad by isolating that.
Why would you not send them to your homepage?
No. I'm just saying like why, like I get the whole concept of it, but why, like, how does that make more money in a sense? Like how does that possibly, like, that's just a way to describe how traffic is getting there. But why does that make it better? I guess why does that make it better?
Right. So if I go here to homepage and mindset, and someone goes from david.org and they click on mindset, then basically it's like there's options. I guess for some reason it doesn't load when I'm logged in. There's options for someone to do when they're on this page. They can hit enroll, they can scroll down, they can read all this stuff, sign up, contact you, right? The 12 steps, if we load that, what was it, 12 steps? Right, what are the options? There's only one option, is if you want it, you put the email in, right? Because if they don't, like, because there's options, they could literally click and go somewhere else, and they can do something else with the site. But when you
essentially it's just leaving them the only variable to pay for something, and that's or to continue in the funnel or whatever.
Yeah. So like that, it's just like, you're trying to isolate and be like, what, like this is the thing, and that's what they get from it. Whereas if they have options, it's like, okay, so I could check out more of your blog or do all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So that is why.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Now let me ask you this though. So if you're not running Facebook ads for it, and like, you know, you're, I don't know, like, is that the only, like, that's the only way?
I mean, yeah. So if we take a look at David's site, or what was supposed to happen from the execution standpoint, that's funny. I like showing my own live stream.
Oh, we're live right now? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
Perfect shot. What was this thing? DNA. What was supposed to happen was because I think Cade was doing something like the social media stuff, was regardless if you pay for Facebook ads or not, like you still have a reach, right? So I think if I scroll down, we can see it. When we did like the 12 steps, right? That's where we put the link, where we said, hey, if you want this. So now we know how, what's it called? Like the conversion from his Facebook page to something where people could pay, right? Right? Because if we put a link to dnaorg.12 steps, right? That's the only way they could get there. And we know, like right here, right? So it was supposed to have a link, right, to be like 12 steps. And I was telling them, like, hey, like, why are you guys not editing this? And so this was what we were doing, and it came from the Instagram. And the Instagram was supposed to have a link on his bio.
Gotcha.
Right? So
no,
now you have conversion tracking from your Facebook to see how many people go to from Facebook to that link, instead of they go from.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah. now where do you? So are you going to do your tracking and analytics through WordPress or through?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's whatever you have set up on the site. So I guess you could use WordPress. So I mean, that's why like people use like ClickFunnels or Squeeze Page software, right? It's sort of like the same thing what you were talking about with Thinkific. They use software specifically to track squeeze pages so that they could do those analytics. But yeah, whatever you install, like Google Analytics, Facebook Analytics, yeah.
Gotcha.
They all like kind of do the same thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. Yeah, man, digital marketing, dude. There's like so much.
Yeah, no, I know. There's just yeah.
That's cool though.
It is. It's clearly a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that just makes it work. But that's what you do. Nice, man. All right. Well, I think that was awesome. That was a lot of stuff that was clearly over my head, but that's why you do what you do.
Dude, it's recorded, so you can always watch it.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Like that one plugin, dude, for the next two is like under construction, and then you could add that to Perfect Shots and to DNA or for DNA.org. Since that's not under construction, you would make the new page. And I guess I might as well show you. So this is the old one, but when you use Divi, they actually have templates you could build off of. So
yeah, I saw that. You can click it and use like you can load layouts, or you can do an old one.
Yeah, so I would even search for the pre-made ones that are under construction. Though sometimes it lags when I do this. I'm not sure why. Like towards the bottom. Yeah, bro, if you search it. Like that lag right there. It's like,
yeah, it was doing that for me too, but at this point, 3 seconds later, I already logged out because I can't handle that.
Yeah, I don't know why it does it. Like it's just for this layout thing. See, like didn't even open the right thing. I guess you would have to look for it. But yeah, that's something that you could do in Divi.
Cool.
So yeah, man.
Awesome, man.
Crushed it.
Yeah, no, you're doing a great job.
How are things going with the like your clients with the
good man, one day at a time. I'm still trying to finish year one strong here. I got a couple guys, 2 guys playing in Europe. One guy was drafted in the G League. So the guys in Europe are doing great.
Yeah.
My G League guy didn't make the final roster, went to training camp, did a great job, and now he's in waivers. So trying to get him to a good spot overseas. And I got 3 guys that are patiently waiting for their time overseas as well.
So how do you like manage like the overseas stuff? You're the ones like calling the teams and setting it all up, or?
Yeah, there's no formula. I mean, there's no formula at all. So I'm just constantly trying to stay in the loop in the market of what teams are, are looking to make roster changes, what teams are looking to bring in guys, what types of positions.
That's sick. It's like, do you watch The Office? It reminds me of like when Jim was doing Athlete. And he's like in the sports realm, always talking.
No, I've seen. I mean, I watched The Office, but not religiously where I would know that episode. But it sounds hysterical.
It sounds like you, dude. You're just like in the sports world, just like, oh, I got a guy. That's cool, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's definitely a huge learning curve, and there's a whole piece of the agency stuff that could be linked to to doing some of this digital marketing stuff. But first, it's just about getting the foundation down and placing the players, and then building from there. I mean, the agency, I got a lot of ideas with events and brand marketing, brand sponsorships and stuff overseas. So we'll see, but one day at a time. Most important is just getting my guys placed and making sure that they're in good spots. And I think I'm doing a pretty good job of that, but it's tough, man. It's tough from this side. It's tough from the player side. There's thousands of players. The market's oversaturated, and there's literally thousands of guys at home right now that are like, hey, I should be playing right now, but it's hard to understand that there's just no jobs. There's just a certain amount of jobs to fill, and then a certain amount of players, and you just gotta be patient and your time will come. So
it reminds me of a phrase I just heard from Tom Bilyeu, who founded what's it called, Quest Nutrition.
Yeah,
it's like he did like an Instagram post on like when he was first starting out, and they're like, oh, like you can't make a personal brand, and he was like, yo, there's always room at the top for the best. So I was like, I'm like stealing that quote now for like everyone. It's just like, look, you just gotta,
it's true with anything. I mean, like another thing, it's difficult to be an agent, to have an agency represent players because there's so many of them. But at the end of the day, like a lot of people will say, well, one way to make it very easy is get the best players. So like that. I mean,
it's like an upward cycle,
it's for me, it's like, okay, well, what are the best players? Best coming from the best schools, the best stats. There's a lot more to it than that, but just generally speaking, to be analogous to that quote, it's like, okay, well, if you have the best players, then you don't have to worry about it because people will come to you. There's always room at the top. There's always less you have to do when you have the best of the best.
So it's almost like attraction marketing. It's like, once you already established. Yeah, that's cool, man. But you got it, dude. So, I see you going to Europe, and
Yeah, man.
How was that?
Building the network. It was awesome. Every time I go over there, I get jacked up. I was over there for 5 weeks. You meet new people every time. You learn something new, and in terms of networking and relationship building, it's just being there and shaking hands with someone in person is infinity times better than trying to talk with someone over the phone or even a Skype.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's building that genuine relationship that's gonna come to fruition for sure in the long term.
That's something I need to work on, dude. Like always in the back of my mind, I'm like, damn, I'm just like in my room all the time. Just like.
Yeah, well, again, I think it really depends. Of course, you can always get better at building relationships, but I can always get better at behind the scenes digital marketing. Like like that's your that's your thing, and that's how you're creating your business. For me, it's pretty much strictly. Sure, I need to know basketball and I need to know who's good, but even if I have that and I know that, okay, who am I going to call? Like who's going to pick up the phone when I call is the more important thing. So those relationships are so much better, and
you might be interested in this book. I still have to get that Mark Cuban book you were telling me about. I had it on my list. I haven't ordered it. It's Jerry Weintraub. It's like When I'm Dead, something like that. I should bring it up.
Jerry Weintraub. Yeah, send me the link to it. Hey man, I'm all about reading books. I just finished The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari.
What?
Have you heard of that one or no?
No, dude.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. I'll send you the link to it.
Okay.
Really good. Just about perspective and.
Here it is. When I stop talking, you'll know I'm dead. So I'm pretty sure this is the right guy. He talked about how he landed Elvis. And
very cool.
In his store. I don't want to ruin it for you, but part of
don't ruin it. No, it sounds good already.
Yeah,
I was actually in
Elvis, dude. It's just like, yo, let's go.
So when I was in, I'm trying to think. The town is called Bad Nauheim in Germany a couple weeks ago. It was one of the spots where Elvis went, where he lived for a while.
Okay.
It was pretty cool. I just made me think of it because you said.
How long did Elvis live there?
How long?
Yeah.
It was a while. It was during his serving time in the army or something. It was a few years. So they had this big memorial, and this big this place where he lived is now like a hotel.
Okay.
Straight cash moneymaker now, obviously.
Yeah, that's sick.
But yeah, that was cool. But that book sounds awesome. Yeah, send me that link. I'm gonna put that to my list right now.
You. I'll text it to you on WhatsApp.
Sweet.
Sweet,
man. All right. Well, let me run here because it's time to continue getting on the phones for my guys. But I appreciate that. I appreciate everything. Great stuff. I'll keep you posted on it. I'll try and keep it as simple as possible for now, and then we'll try and link him soon. And keep doing you, man. Keep doing those live streams. Not giving an F about what people say. Just growing the business.
Hello, dude. Good job. Appreciate it, man. It's nice getting with you. And like, dude, I'm telling you, like, you gotta keep it up, dude. Like some of the stuff you post, like I look at that, and I'm just like, damn, dude. What if I was traveling? Sports marketer, dude. Sports agency.
I love it. I love it, man. I love it.
All right, man. Thanks for connecting.
One day at a time. All right, brother. We'll talk soon.
All right. Take care.
See ya.
Peace. A new version of Zoom is available. All right, guys. That was the consultation call with Kevin. He works with David and also works on his own marketing agency brand. Sports marketing, actually. So he's a sports agent. Really cool connecting back with him. I guess from anyone watching from the outside, what you guys can take a look at is how to set up construction pages. And also like WordPress from a high level is that the only reason I recommend WordPress now, I definitely recommend everyone learn WordPress, is that when you go to plugins, you can get so much functionality from just like searching. All right, so maybe if I wanted to add like a Facebook pixel, or I wanted to add, I don't know, like a hero slider, I could easily just add that in. So that's one of the cool things that I like about it. And then, from a back-end perspective, like, you can see, I think it's kind of organized, but you got to get used to it. So for anyone like watching, that's why I make those content videos, so you guys can see, if you guys want to be a web agency or digital marketing agency, like, not everyone has affinity towards it, but I think if you just work at it, you guys can make it happen. And then, so that was like a consultation call. So if you guys want to schedule your own, I actually was moving up towards, the rate that I charge for it. You guys could see that at blendlogic.com/schedule. And then, of course, with the clients I work with, or even like past clients, I always open my doors for them. Always trying to get feedback and find out how to be better, how to help people realize self-actualization. So that's one of my biggest draws, one of my biggest things that I like doing. And then, some people they want to do business coaching calls with me, or they want to do like a hybrid mix of like coaching and services, such as like handling WordPress or doing all that stuff. So hopefully you guys saw from a high level like what you could do in terms of like getting your construction site under that. And then with the Divi theme, I 100% believe that everyone should be executing on that theme. And then tie in the other services such as ClickFunnels, Kartra, all that jazz to bring in that like whole picture of the technological system that you need to create the lifestyle of your dreams, where you leave breadcrumbs, you work maybe like 6 hours a day, but that video, that system, that website is always marketing for you, always making you money. And it just comes down to like analytics and stuff. So I'm gonna tag everyone, or not everyone, just like Kevin and them. We used to use a cello board, so it's funny that I haven't used it in a while. I'll just put this in done, and or it should be in doing technically. So yeah, that was a cool thing that I used to do with Trello. I guess it's funny looking back at it now, like how the execution has changed from like, hey, we should use Trello, to I'm gonna use Trello. If you want to work with BlendLogic, you're gonna be using Trello, you're gonna be using Slack. So that was a 60-minute consultation call. That's what it's like in the inside. For the most part, it comes like when you first have consultation calls with me, it's like a discovery meeting. I want to hear all your problems, what you think you need to be doing for your business. And then typically after that, I try to have a post meeting, which is not paid for, but with the solutions, right? So I'll go over solutions that you can implement, solutions that I provide, solutions that that you can look up, resources, people who have YouTube videos as well. Like, I'm trying to build up that resource from my own branding standpoint, but I also understand that, like, dude, some of these other people are doing way better than me. And so let me just show you their courses, or let me show you their free YouTube trainings. And that is, I guess what you pay for now when you schedule. Be sure to check out the links, the shortcuts. If you guys are basketball trainers, I always love helping basketball people out. Some of my earliest clients started there. So links.blendlogic.com/shortcuts. I'll put it in the link description below. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. That is a consultation session with BlendLogic Designs. Or I guess I need to work on my branding. I'm pretty sure I'm going to start pivoting it to BlendLogic Consulting. So hope you guys are enjoying your Monday, 12/3. It's almost 2019. Hope you guys crush it. See you guys in the next one.